Hey ladies and gentlemen, Mr. T here yet again, and I am sitting here in front of my aunt and uncle's house before I'm about to go to my other aunt and uncle's house to help them move. I'm sitting here with the windows wide open. It's actually really nice out in Arizona, although I sit with my windows open in Arizona in the middle of July because I'm a weirdo like that. But I thought today, since I am waiting for them to wake up, that I would film my last Mobile America video on my three-part economic government systems types. So we have communism, disgustingly ew, just no, sorry, that's the only time you'll ever hear my bias. We have socialism, okay, and I talked to you guys about how it can span really like exaggerated socialism is pretty much almost communism, and an unexaggerated socialism is almost capitalism, and how socialism is the bridge between the two. And now we have capitalism. Now, capitalism, let's get to what it is before we start getting into like what countries have it, things like that. So capitalism is basically a pure form of capitalism is the government does nothing. They don't regulate anything. They don't have any means or any ownership over businesses. They do nothing. The private businesses, private corporations, they control everything, okay? And I don't mean like everything like the military stuff. I just mean everything in like the commercial sector of things. Like, you know, they control private businesses, control the factories, private businesses control everything. Private businesses set their own hours, their own wages. They do everything. That is a pure form of capitalism, okay? And that was pretty much what the United States had from the time it was founded well up until the early 1900s. And there was few regulations here and there. I mean, it wasn't like just total chaos and stuff like that. But that's pretty much what the United States had, was a purer form of capitalism. Today, the United States has a mixed economy. We have capital and socialist type things, but we are still a very capitalist country, okay? The United States is probably, if not the most capitalist country on earth, okay? We do have some socialist type things, like we have a minimum wage, we do have regulation on 40-hour work weeks and things like that. Like, we have regulations like that, but private businesses are still very, very powerful. I mean, just look at Google and Apple and Walmart. Companies like that, they're private businesses. They own their own things. They do their own things for most of the part. Like, that is capitalism. So the United States is a much more capitalistic country, but we do have some, I don't want to say socialist tendencies, but we have some regulation on capitalism. So we don't have a pure form of capitalism in the United States. If we did, the government would be hands-off. Now, a hands-off approach is called laissez-faire. Okay, it's French for literally hands-off. It was, oh my gosh, my mind just went totally blank on who founded it. I'm sorry, I'm a historian, I should know that. But it's basically the thing where it's what it sounds, hands off. The government is hands off. And that's how the United States was at first. But over time, especially in the progressive era of the early 1900s, the government started regulating things and things like that. Okay? So that's capitalism, and I kind of skewed it in the United States, but this is called Mobile America. So that's capitalism, and more so capitalism in the United States because it's Mobile America. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for my next set of videos, which I don't know what they're going to be. It's whatever pops into my head at the time I film them. And as always, stay beautiful, Americans, and don't be communist. Sorry, biased, couldn't help.